Hi, my name is Candace Steed. I am doing a project for Communications 201, 52 at Western Carolina University. We are here at Sand Hills Community College at the Logan Hall building in classroom 109. Today, my speech will be on leadership. Are you listening to me? I chose this topic because I feel like as an individual, we are all leaders some way, somehow. So what better way than to talk about being a leader and the pros and cons of it. Normally when you think about being a leader, you automatically think about someone in a higher position or someone who is just more charismatic or takes charge very easily or has seniority in a job. Normally when you walk in, the first thing you see is somebody who's been there for maybe 20, 15 years and they're a leader or a manager. And so that's kind of like the concept everybody has of a leader and who they are, and you know, nobody ever wants to take charge or apply for that position when that position becomes available. But in actuality, if you look at it, sorry, a leader really is someone knowing how to take charge of a situation. Being understanding, compassionate, set goals to succeed. Also, they are very sincere, optimistic, accept no limits, and just somebody who is an influencer instead of somebody who just can take charge and just talk to you any kind of way. I believe that all of us, like I said, are leaders in some kind of way, but we are sometimes put into a place of fear where we don't think that we can be leaders because, like I said, you're walking into a position knowing you qualify for that position, but being that that person has been there for 15 to 20 years, you automatically think, okay, I'm not fit for the position because I haven't been here. But who's to say you might be a better person in that place because you might can influence the other people on the job to do the job better because you're not so hard on them or you're not so strict in whatever it is that the job requires. You know, you're very encouraging, you're very compassionate, you're understanding of everything that they do. When I did this research, I actually found a book that was called A Leader. It was called, I don't have it on my PowerPoint, but it's called Lead Like the Legends, Advancing Inspiration for Teachers and Administrators. The book actually gave me a lot of key points as to what a true leader is, and when reading the book, you actually see what it takes to actually be a leader instead of what we think it takes to be a leader. So to be strong, trying to grow, you put messages across, being daring and high energy, unify, use teamwork, move together, and be yourself. Being yourself, I feel like, is the key point in being a leader because you know that you don't like how people talk to you or how they down you in certain situations. So that way you take that knowledge and that information and you send it back to others and you show them that, hey, I'm here for you, I understand, and I know that, you know, they might not be a great leader, but I'll plan on being a great leader. So, hey, vote for me, president. I just have a couple pictures here to kind of show, you know, how leadership is in every aspect of career. I think personally, me, I'm going to be an educator. So I've actually went to school for, I'm actually in school right now, for birth to kindergarten education, and I feel like that is the biggest step in knowing how to be a leader. Once you take that and understand who you are as a leader, because you don't have to take charge or you don't have to be so structured or so strict on many things when teaching in a classroom. As long as you know how to influence that student to do better or be better, that to me is a leader. And so that's why I really wanted to use this as an example to kind of teach people what it means to be a leader as an educator. You know, I go in a lot of classrooms because I do have two kids. My daughter is in kindergarten and my son is in 3rd grade, and so it's kind of very hard when you walk into a classroom and see teachers not being motivational towards your own children. You start to see what what they missed out on as being an educator or a leader. And so that's why I feel like if I start them right now in college, of kind of helping people understand what it means to be a leader in the educational world, you know, you'll walk in ready to teach and ready to motivate those students, because third grade is hard, y'all. Third grade is really, really hard, and my son comes home and he's always down and he's like, Mom, I just don't want to go to school. And so me, trying to be an educator but also trying to be mommy, I have to motivate him constantly. So even at home I'm a leader, some way, somehow. Like I say, with leadership, you have to know the different roles of leadership. When to be aggressive when you're in a leadership, because sometimes you do have to be aggressive, because sometimes people don't want to listen to you. So that's when you take charge, but you do it in a manner that you know they will respect you in the end. So just knowing your different roles and understanding that kind of helps to get the point across, or help you all as a group reach the goal that y'all are trying to reach. How to teach others to be leaders is also a key factor. The one main point of this whole lecture is actually to teach about listening. So I don't know how many of y'all have actually been listening to anything I say, which is why I put that as a key factor in there. I'm gonna ask a question in the end to see how well everybody was listening. Opening your ears and listening as an educator, very, 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 very important. You walk into a classroom of 14 kids. You just came home from your son or your daughter having a tantrum, not wanting to go to school today. So you're frustrated, your husband, he doesn't want to go to work because he's sick, so that's a day of no work, no money, you got bills due and everything, and you walk into a classroom of 14 kids. Say it's the infant room, the babies are crying. What are you gonna do? Ignore them and not listen? No, you have to be very attentive, and you have to understand, okay, that baby might need a diaper change, or that baby might need a bottle, or he just might need a cuddle. You never know. You walk into a 1-year-old classroom, and who knows, because 1-year-olds are just all over the place. But in any level of education, you have to walk in ready to listen to what the kids are saying, because something has happened at home, not only in your home, but at their home as well. And as educators, you have to be very, very attentive as to what it is that they are seeking, or what it is that they want. Because sometimes they just might need a hug because they didn't get a hug at home. So listening to that child and paying attention to the cues and signs that they give is very, very important. And again, it's all my cute little pictures. Listening, 5 strategies to promote student active listening. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, lips are zipped, hands are still, feet are quiet. Yes, this is for kids that are probably 5 and under, but we all as adults can take this into consideration and you know, actually read it for what it says. Eyes are watching. Are you really truly watching when you walk in that classroom? Ears are listening. Are your ears are they really listening, or are you just hearing the noise and not taking it deeper and understanding what you're hearing? Lips are zipped. Are you talking to the other teacher while your kids are talking to you? Hands are still, feet are quiet. Are you moving around the classroom while trying to listen to that student? That shows how attentive you are in listening. Opening your ears, a moment of silence, becoming aware of surroundings, feeling things, the 6 senses awaken, keeping a listening journal, teaching kids to be observant of surroundings. Keeping a listening journal also is a key factor, because I feel like as an educator, you could have a journal and maybe write down what it is you heard a student say that day, or what it is you heard an employee say that day. Maybe it might have been something very important, because you never know, they might have been struggling or going through something, and the next thing you know, they quit their job. So you listening might help keep the company, or keep the classroom, or keep whatever it is you do in order when listening. In closing, lending a helpful hand, encourage, always listening, Always listen, do the right thing, energize, respect others, and serve. I would just say, again, being a leader is to me not that difficult. If you like doing this research, I actually took into account what a real true leader is, and like again, I'll say all of us have that leadership inside of us. I mean, you may not be as bold or courageous or outgoing or funny or charismatic or anything of those type of matters, but in the end, you're still a leader in some way or another. Maybe, you know, I see he has a nursing outfit on. You go into the hospital. I could not handle going into an ER emergency room. So, I mean, different places and different things require your leadership. So by me not being able to walk in and be doing my job, I would need the assistance of others to come in and help me do my job. So again, I say a leader is not someone who just takes charge, but someone who puts all others before themselves. They see the outcome of the goal and what it takes to be a true leader.